Going to unmute. Isingoma, unmute.
Yes, please.
Unmute and give us an opening prayer. You can start. Isingoma's network is not clear. Can we have another person? Another volunteer to give us an opening prayer. Joshua, Alpha, can you lead us? Unmute and give us an opening prayer. Joshua, Alpha, are you there? Jennifer? Any volunteer giving us an opening prayer and we get started? Sewinya Godfrey? Okay, Kamalo Consultants or Sewinya, one of you can lead us into the prayer. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm very happy to be part of this team, this meeting today. I hope you are getting it.
Yes, you are loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, really, let's humble ourselves and pray for this very time meeting. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for the organizers and for the mission of this program. And we appreciate your presence, Father, because you say to all three, when they combine together, I'll be amazed. We call upon your presence, Father. Holy Spirit, take control and lead us through, and we succeed in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that wonderful opening prayer. At this point, let me invite our facilitator, our teacher, Ben Olepo, to lead us into this seminar, which is for science, and we are handling the digestive system. Most of us who registered, you received the material that we are going to discuss today. So let it be a one-on-one discussion. Teacher Ben, you're most welcome. Teacher Ben.
Okay, thank you so much, Bernard. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for attending this seminar. I also want to take this opportunity to thank God for the gift, because surely He has enabled us to meet, to discuss, and I really pray that this will be an interactive discussion where we shall be in position to learn from one another. So today, I also want to extend my sincere gratitude to Yaka Digital Learning Network for making sure that this day comes to pass. So today, we are going to base on the human body. And as we all know, that in the teaching science, science is classified into different themes. And one of the themes in science is the human body. And I decided to have this this time. Last time we had another seminar under human health, and we had discussions about immunization. So today we have decided to have one about the human body. Under the human body, we have decided to pick one body system. We have decided to pick one body system, and that is the digestive system. So we all know that this science is classified. These body systems are classified into different classes where they are taught. You realize that the digestive system is taught in primary 5. When you move to P6, you realize that we have there 3 body systems that we shall be looking at. One of them is the circulatory system, the respiratory system, and then the reproductive system. So those are the body systems that we shall be looking at in primary.
Teacher Ben, we can't hear you. Teacher Ben is reconnecting.
Oh, sorry about that. It's just my network today. I don't understand it. It's very, very disturbing, but I pray that it stabilizes. As I was still taking you through the body systems that we shall be covering in primary 6, and I know different teachers teach them in different schools. So you realize that in P6, there are 3 body systems that I've already mentioned. It is the circulatory, respiratory, and reproductive system. Then in P7, you have 2 systems, that is the skeletal and muscular system, that is taught in first term. And then you have the excretory system that usually is taught in second term, according to the National Curriculum Development Center. According to their syllabus, it is supposed to be in term 2. And then we also have other systems that are no longer in primary level. That is the lymphatic system and then the nervous system. So those are other systems that, that we have. But today, basically, we are going to look at the digestive system. So that is basically what we shall be looking at. So it is going to be in form of quiz, and I believe it is going to be very interactive. It is going to be in form of quiz, and maybe to begin with, yes, please.
Sorry about Teacher Ben's network, but I'm in touch with him. He's reconnecting and he will be more stable. So here we have a list of other upcoming seminars. Those of us who have been following, you have seen them. And next weekend, we shall be looking at physics. This is for advanced level. Also, next we shall look at chemistry. Then coming up will be social studies. And the list goes up to September. So keep following these seminars. Join the WhatsApp group and keep getting all updates. Once you register, we normally give you the materials that are going to be discussed in the upcoming seminars. So whenever you see the call, always register and you get materials in time. Okay, we are waiting for Teacher Ben to connect his audio and then we continue. In case you miss a seminar and you would like to follow it up, we normally make these seminars live. We put them live on YouTube. So when you go on YouTube, you search for Yaka Digital Network, then you will get a pre-recorded seminar. Okay. Teacher Ben.
Yes, Bernard, can I? Yes, please. Can I continue now? I hope I'm clear.
Okay, let's see. Continue.
Bernard, am I clear?
Let's try to get started and see.
Okay. Okay, so let's continue. I hope members got my introduction. I was talking about the different body systems that we handle in primary level. That is the digestive system. And basically this time, we are looking at the digestive system, which is taught in primary 5, first term. So without wasting, we shall just get the picture of the digestive system before we move forward. The different questions that may arise from the digestive system. So I want to share my screen. We need to be able to understand and also know what the digestive system is, how it looks like, and also understand the different parts that make up the digestive system. So I hope everyone is to see my screen now. So that is the digestive system. It is the body system which is responsible for the breakdown of food into smaller particles that can be absorbed into the bloodstream. So going forward, we shall need to understand these are the different parts that are found in, so that is see this. So I want to get to know the functions of those different parts and functions. So we shall have a video on the digestive system about how the digestive system works. Surely my
We can put back the network audio. We can connect back to the
is a
computer
problem.
audio.
So I would like us to proceed. I'd like us to proceed. I want one person, one volunteer who can take us through reading these different parts. Just so, yes. Yes, we have one person already, Joseph.
Yes.
Joseph, you can take us through those different parts, and then we continue.
Thanks very much. The parts illustrated include the mouth, salivary gland, esophagus, stomach, pancreas, large intestine, small intestines, rectum, anus, liver, and gallbladder.
Thank you so much. So those are the different parts that make up the digestive system. So when you look at the digestive system, you realize that this system has got 4 main components. But in most cases in primary, we don't go in details to look at those different systems. But there is the gastrointestinal tract. Gastrointestinal tract is the path. It involves all the paths, the process that involves right away from the mouth to the anus. That pass where food passes from the mouth to the anus. That is called the gastrointestinal tract. And then we also have the other component, that is the pancreas, the gallbladder, the liver. So these ones are just responsible for breaking down food using digestive juices. When we continue, we shall get to know which juices are produced from where, like that. So you go ahead, you realize that the other component, the third component, contains the enzymes, the hormones, nerves, and blood. All these things, these components are involved in the digestive process, where the enzymes are responsible for the breakdown of food and also other things. Then the other fourth component is the mesentery component, and all those, when children proceed to secondary, they will learn that in details. As simple as that. When you continue, you get to know that in details. So even the salivary glands, there are 3. All of them have got their different names, which of course their purpose is just to produce saliva. So, and also of course the saliva contains the salivary amylase. So that is about the digestive system. So before we look at the other questions that we intend to look at, I want us to have a look at the video. If we listen to that video very well, we shall be in position to answer different questions that will come. So I want to reshare my screen, and then I play that video. Then we shall be in position to listen to it, and then later we shall go straight and look at our questions. Just after the video, we shall look at our questions, and then we shall be in position to interact. When you know the answer, you just put up your hand, and then I will be in position to give you opportunity to speak. So let's listen. This is the video.
Across the whole planet, humans eat on average between 1 and 2.7 kilograms of food a day. That's over 365 kilograms a year per person, and more than 28,800 kilograms over the course of a lifetime. And every last scrap makes its way through the digestive system, comprised of 10 organs covering 9 meters and containing over 20 specialized cell types. This is one of the most diverse and complicated systems in the human body. Its parts continuously work in unison to fulfill a singular task, transforming the raw materials of your food into the nutrients and energy that keep you alive. Spanning the entire length of your torso, the digestive system has 4 main components. First, there's the gastrointestinal tract, a twisting channel that transports your food and has an internal surface area of between 30 and 40 square meters, enough to cover half a badminton court. Second, there's the pancreas, gallbladder, and liver, a trio of organs that break down food using an array of special juices. Third, the body's enzymes, hormones, nerves, and blood all work together to break down food, modulate the digestive process, and deliver its final products. Finally, there's the mesentery, a large stretch of tissue that supports and positions all your digestive organs in the abdomen to do their jobs. The digestive process begins before food even hits your tongue. Anticipating a tasty morsel, glands in your mouth start to pump out saliva. We produce about 1.5 liters of this liquid each day. Once inside your mouth, chewing combines with the sloshing saliva to turn food into a moist lump called the bolus. Enzymes break down any starch. Then your food finds itself at the rim of a 25-centimeter long tube called the esophagus, down which it must plunge to reach the stomach. Nerves in the surrounding esophageal tissue sense the bolus's presence and trigger peristalsis, a series of muscular contractions propels the food into the stomach. We're left at the mercy of the muscular stomach walls, which pound the bolus into chunks. Hormones secreted by cells in the lining trigger the release of acids and enzymes break down its proteins. These hormones also hit the liver and gallbladder to produce digestive juice liquid that digests fat. Next stage. After 3 hours inside the stomach, the one is now frothy liquid called chyme. The liver sends bile to the gallbladder, secretes it into the portion of the typically lasting between 30 and 40 hours, is finally complete. TED Ed is a nonprofit. If you value our work, please consider supporting it on patreon.com/TEDEd.
I'm in class, guys. First, allow me to do this. Let them leave 6 lines. Yes, that has been the video about the digestive system, but still the internet interrupted. But I know you got some bit, and then the other bit you didn't get. Very well. So I want us to go straight to these different questions where we shall be in position to interact and share together. So let's have a look at these questions. We shall look at them one by one. You need to have this. Okay. So once more, I would like to still welcome you to the seminar about the digestive system. We are going to have it quite interactive. The first question is, what is digestion? So in case you know the answer, you should be in position to put up your hand and your arm, and you tell us what you think about digestion. What is digestion? What is digestion? You know the answer, you can just put up your arm and then we shall be in position to give you opportunity to give the answer. What is digestion? What is digestion? I see Daniel. Yes, Daniel. Yes, Daniel, what is digestion?
Thank you so much, Ben. I don't know whether my voice is clear enough.
Very clear.
Oh, thank you so much. Personally, I can define digestion as a process by which food is broken down into small soluble particles that can easily be absorbed into the bloodstreams.
Very good.
Thank you.
That is one way someone can define digestion. Someone could be having another different alternative of another different way of defining digestion. In case there is anyone with a different alternative, you can still also say yours, and then we see if it is also correct. But so far, what Daniel has given is very correct. Let's hear from Shemaya. Yes,
Digestion
Shemaya?
is, yes. Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Digestion is the breaking down of food into small particles for the body.
Breaking down of food into smaller particles for the body. But it is also very important for you to continue and say that so that it can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Because when it is absorbed into the bloodstream, that is when it will be important to your body. So that is that. However, especially when it is young children giving, if your teacher is very lenient, can give you, but I encourage you to make sure that you complete the whole answer. Complete it the way it is supposed to be. Like I want to show you how this one is. We said, just as Daniel said digestion is a process by which food is broken down into smaller particles so that it can be absorbed into the bloodstream. So I encourage everyone to make sure that you can complete it and say so that it can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Some people don't use smaller, simpler particles, but they can use the word soluble particles. The digestion is the process by which food is broken down into soluble particles. Instead of having these smaller particles, smaller, simpler particles, they can put their soluble particles. It is also very, very correct. So that is that was our first question. Number two is simply name the types of digestion. Name the two types of digestion. We are all aware that we have only two types of digestion. Which are these types? Which are these types? I see Joseph. Joseph, you can tell us one, and then we shall also hear from Mary. Joseph, you unmute, then you speak.
We have mechanical digestion.
mechanical digestion. Good. Mary, tell us the other.
Chemical digestion.
Good. We have chemical digestion. As simple as that. So those are the two types of digestion. But when you look at mechanical digestion, you realize that there is another word like using instead, maybe on behalf of mechanical digestion. Maybe mechanical digestion, you can use that word. It's also acceptable. So which word is another word? I still see Mary's hand up. I don't know if she wants to tell us that word. But in case there is no one would like to say, we have, just as you said, we have mechanical and then chemical digestion. So the other word that can also be used on behalf of mechanical digestion is physical digestion. Physical digestion. With the physical digestion or mechanical digestion, this involves the action of teeth, and it occurs in the mouth. It involves the action of teeth, breakdown of food into smaller particles. And then the other one, chemical digestion. This one involves the use of enzymes. And digestion with the help of enzymes, as simple as that. So let's take a look at now. The type of that works, the type of digestion which works with the help of enzymes in the body. Which type of digestion is this? Which type of digestion is this? Yes, Dan.
Chemical digestion.
Come again.
Chemical digestion.
Good. It is chemical digestion. As simple as that. So this is the chemical digestion. So let's look at the next question. The answer is correct. With the chemical digestion, this one involves use of enzymes. Number 4 says, how long is the alimentary canal of an adult human being? How long is the alimentary canal of an adult human being? The alimentary canal, of course, starts from the mouth right away up to the. So how long is it? How long is the alimentary canal? That was also in the video, but because the video was not very clear because of the internet issues, you did not communicate. If you watched it properly, if you were to watch it, you would have seen that indicated there. So how long is this alimentary canal? In case there is anyone who has a view or what, no, you can share with us. Yes, we have Mary. Yes, Mary.
30 to 40 centimeters square.
Come again.
30 to 40 centimeters square.
30 to 40 centimeters squared. No? Not really? Any other person? It's better to try. Okay. So when you look at the alimentary canal of man, how long it is around 9 meters long. The alimentary canal of man is 9 meters long. In most cases, you may be given 30 feet. But of course, when you convert that 30 feet to meters, it is 9 meters. So that is how long. Of course, it is 9.14 something, which is literally 9 meters. So that is how long alimentary canal is very, very long. So that is that. So with the time, you will also need to know how long the small intestine is. Because when we continue, we look at how the small intestine is adapted to its functions, then you say that, it is long. So how long it is it? How long is it? And of course, its distance is also within the 9 meters. As simple as that. So let's look at the next question, that is number 5. So number 5 says, explain the following terms as used in digestion. The first term here is ingestion. Ingestion. That is the first word that we would like to explain. What is ingestion? What is ingestion? In case you know, you can still share with us what is ingestion. This work will be shared to you later after this discussion. We shall share with you these questions, and you will be able to go through them, because writing down may not be very possible right now. So that is that. So what is ingestion as used in digestion? In case there is no one trying, because of time, we can continue. We can say let me choose one person. Let me ask Ben. I see Ben here. Ben, please, Edema Ben, can you read for us what ingestion is? What is ingestion?
Ingestion is the process by which food is taken into the body.
Process in which food is taken into the body. That process of the food in the mouth, and then of course, oh, sorry about that. Ben had told us that digestion is a process by which food is taken into the body. And I was telling you that right away from the time you put the food into the mouth until the food is absorbed, that whole process is what we call ingestion, or that is digestion. Digestion is also there. An answer you can share with us. What is digestion? What is digestion? What is digestion? In case you know, you can raise up your hand, and then you to share with us. Okay. In case there is no one, I want to Alpha Joshua to read for us this. Alpha Joshua should read for us this.
Ingestion is the process by which food is taken into the body.
By which food is taken into the body, that was the first one, Roman 1. Can you read for us now, Roman 2? What is ingestion?
Ingestion is the process by which undigested food is passed out of the body.
Yes, Joshua, I had asked you to read, but unfortunately, I went off before hearing what you said. I request that you repeat to read first Roman 2, that is ingestion. What is ingestion? What is ingestion? Is this word here, you see? Is ingestion?
Ingestion is the process by which undigested food is passed out of the body.
Undigested food is passed out of the body. So that is what we need to know about digestion. Process by which undigested food is passed out of the body through the anus. That is where it is passed out from. And then ingestion, food is taken into the body. Of course, food is always taken into the body through the ileum. Simple as that. So let's continue. We still have very many questions that we need to look at. Where does digestion of food begin? Unfortunately, this one has come with answer. Where does digestion of food begin? I want a team to read first that. Where does digestion of food begin? At least everyone should say something. We have Mary, read first. Yes, Mary. We have another participant. Lucky, can you read first that one? Digestion of food begins from the simple. I know Lucky is still in P4, but shortly you'll be learning about that. You'll be learning about that. So let's continue. We have this other question. Okay. Where does digestion of food end in the alimentary canal? Where does digestion of food end in the alimentary canal? Yes, Joseph?
Ilium.
Digestion of food ends in the ileum. Good. Someone should be, maybe could be having another alternative. If you have another answer, which is different from ileum, you can also raise up your hand. In case you have yours, which is different from. In most cases, sometimes we mistake the ileum as the small intestine. We just generalize and say that digestion of food ends in the small intestine. That one is wrong because the small intestine is categorized into three different parts. It has got the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine. Then we also have the jejunum, which is the second part, and then we have the ileum. It is in the ileum where absorption of food and where digestion of food ends. As simple as that. So let's move on to the next question. That has been correct. Has been correct. Next question says, what are enzymes? 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 Yes, Dan.
Enzymes are chemical substances that speed up digestion in the body.
That speed up digestion in the body. As simple as that. The answer is correct. The answer is correct. So let's look at number 9. Number 9 says state one characteristic of enzymes. There are very many characteristics of enzymes. Can we give them the ones that we know? If you know the answer, you just put up your. Joseph, can you tell us one? You go and give children one. What are enzymes? Not enzymes. What are the characteristics of enzymes? Or maybe before, you can also say enzymes are biological pathways. It is the same. Some say enzymes are substances that speed up the rate of chemical digestion. You must be very specific and say that it is chemical digestion. And then the other one, you can say these are substances that speed up the rate of chemical digestion. It is correct. But if you just say that speed up the rate of digestion, you might, that might be doubted and you might end up losing the mark. Let's hear from Daniel. I see Daniel's hand up. Yes, Daniel.
Okay. Now, to begin with, the definition of the term enzymes, I don't know whether I'm clear enough. Personally,
yeah,
I can define enzymes as chemical substances produced by the body to speed up the rate of digestion. Because we know very well that these enzymes are always produced by the body. That's what I can say about the definition of enzymes. Then also, when we say state any one characteristic of enzymes, enzymes are protein in nature.
That's correct. So it is correct for one to say enzymes are chemical substances that speed up the rate of digestion in the body. It is correct because these are chemicals. And then it is also correct for you to say enzymes are proteins in nature. It is very, very Correct. Any other person with with another characteristic? Because we have very many. We have very many characteristics. We have more than one characteristics of enzymes, much as in primary, they can ask you to give maybe one. But one of them is, you can say enzymes work best under suitable temperature range. And then the other one, you can say they are normally destroyed by heat. You can also say each enzyme only digests one class of food. There are very many. Enzymes are proteins in nature, and it is very, very correct. Let's look at the next question, which says, under what conditions do enzymes in the mouth, duodenum, and the ileum work? Under what conditions do enzymes in the mouth, duodenum, and the ileum work? Under what conditions? In case you know the condition in which these enzymes in the mouth, duodenum, and the ileum work, you can raise up your hand, or you just want to try, it is also okay. Anyone with, I see Daniel, yes?
I can say acidic conditions.
Daniel has said acidic conditions, under acidic conditions. But I would say no. Of course, there are only two conditions. If it is not acidic, then it is the opposite. Then it is the opposite. The opposite is the alkalinic condition. So for these ones, the conditions in which the enzymes in the mouth, the duodenum and the ileum work, these ones work under alkalinic conditions. So you can say under alkaline conditions, as simple as that. It is only the enzymes in the stomach that work that way. So let's have this one. The answer is supposed to be under alkalinic conditions. Under alkaline conditions. Under alkaline conditions. Then the other question comes in here. Under what conditions do enzymes in the stomach work? So Daniel's answer now works here. Under what conditions do enzymes in the stomach work? Because we know that in the stomach, there is an acid, and that is hydrochloric acid. So these enzymes in the stomach work under acidic conditions. Those ones work under acidic conditions. As simple as. So you should always know, they can ask you that under what conditions do enzymes in the mouth work? There you simply say alkaline conditions. If they say under what conditions do enzymes in the duodenum work, you can also say under alkaline conditions. Under what conditions do enzymes in the ileum work? You can also say that alkaline conditions. I see someone has raised the hand. That is TechnoSpark. Only that I don't know, you need to rename your gadget so that I can be in position to call your name. Maybe you have something to share with us, please speak to us. TechnoSpark 2, you can say something before we move on. You first unmute, then you speak to us. Okay, maybe you'll get to us later. Let's continue. We have another question here. How are enzymes important in the body? Simple question again. How are enzymes important in the body? How are enzymes important in the body? Anyone with an answer can share with us. We have Ruth Namakola. I'm yet to hear from you. Jennifer. We have Namugaza. Shadrach is available. So please share with us. Shemaya wants to give us the answer, please. How are enzymes important in the body? Yes, Shemaya. Shemaya, first unmute, then you can speak to us.
The digestion of food.
I'm seeing Spark 2 is speaking, but I can't hear. I can't hear anything. Maybe it's volume. I'm seeing Shadrach's hand up. Shadrach, please, how are enzymes important in the body?
They help in this.
Come again?
Enzymes are important in the body
Shadrach,
for
can you repeat
digestion.
that? Is Shadrach still on? Maya, can you tell us the answer? What do you think? How are enzymes important? I see Joseph's hand up as well, Joshua. Let me share my screen and we shall hear from them. We shall hear from them. So we have 3 people who have raised their hands. We have Dan, Alpha, and then we have Joseph. So let me first hear from Joshua. Yes, Joshua? How are enzymes important?
Enzymes speed up digestion process.
That is according to Joshua. I would like to say that it is quite correct, but not very correct. I'll tell you the reason. Joseph, what do you think?
I had the same answer.
Joseph? Okay. And then Dan? Okay, the rest of Shand. Let's hear from Shadrach. What do you think?
Characteristics, no. Enzymes are important to the body because they help to digest food.
They help to digest food. Okay, all your answers are really correct. They are not wrong. But I want us to avoid any cases of losing marks. It is better for you to be very specific. Since enzymes are the ones that enable chemical digestion to take place, please make sure every time you're mentioning this, anything related to digestion with the help of enzymes, talk about chemical digestion. So you have just to simply say enzymes help to speed up the rate of chemical digestion. Enzymes help to speed up the rate of chemical digestion in the body. Or you can simply say to speed up the rate of chemical digestion in the body. Because when you say digestion, it means that it can either be mechanical or chemical. So you have to be very, very specific and say it helps, so enzymes help to speed up the rate of chemical digestion in the body. As simple as that. So let's look at the next question. We have the next question coming in. This one has also come straight away, how food moves through the alimentary canal of man. Of course, food moves through peristalsis. So now we need to understand what is peristalsis. This is the next question. What is peristalsis? In case you know this one, you can simply raise your hand and share with us as we move on. We have very many questions, and yet we are hoping to go up to 1. So we need to quite speed up so that we can cover a big number of these questions. So let's hear from Joseph. What is peristalsis?
Peristalsis is the movement of food through the alimentary canal.
Good. Peristalsis is the movement of food through the alimentary canal. So in case there is anyone with a different answer, you could also raise your hand, but that is the correct answer. I have another person here. Daniel, what do you think?
Yes, thank you. Personally, I can define peristalsis as the wave-like contraction and relaxation of the alimentary canal.
Good. The answer is very correct. Wave-like contraction and relaxation of the alimentary canal. In most cases, we use those answers, and only that sometimes when it is given to a child, contraction and relaxation, some children don't get it very well. There are some children, but that would be the right scientific way. You could simply say it is a wave-like contraction and relaxation of the alimentary canal. Because as it contracts and relaxes, then food is pushed through the alimentary canal up to the stomach. So that is that. So for me, I also said that is the wave-like movement of food through the alimentary canal. But all your answers are very, very correct. No one can mark it wrong anywhere. So that is that. So it depends on what you want. Even children, because we have, like, for us, we have A classes and B classes, C, like that, and we have classified them according to their abilities. So those ones in A can take contraction and relaxation. They want those ones. Then the other ones want the other simple ones. Movement of food through the alimentary canal. And that is very, very simple. So let's look at the next question. Number 15 says chemical digestion. Okay. Chemical digestion of starch starts in the mouth. Name the enzyme responsible for the digestion of starch in the mouth. Name the enzyme responsible for the digestion of starch in the Yes, when I went off, I had asked a question that chemical digestion of starch starts in the mouth. Name the enzyme responsible for the digestion of starch in the mouth. And I'm seeing here already someone wants to tell us the answer, and that is Joseph. Joseph, you can share with us which enzyme is this? Which enzyme is this?
Salivary amylase.
Come again?
Salivary amylase.
Salivary amylase. Salivary amylase can also be called the ptyalin enzyme, which you can spell it as PTY. Let me write it in the chat here. PTY AI. We have the spelling there in the chat. Ptyalin enzyme, PTY enzyme. Another word to mean salivary amylase is ptyalin enzyme. It is the one responsible for digesting starch, changing starch into maltose, and then of course later to glucose. As simple as that. So let's move on to the next question. Next question is here. Identify the digestive juice produced by the stomach walls. Which digestive juice is produced by the stomach walls? Which digestive juice is produced by the stomach walls? Which digestive juice is Yes, Josh, an answer. Joseph.
Gastric juice.
The juice which is produced is gastric juice. That's correct. That is correct. It is gastric juice. So let's look at the next question. That is 17. State the three components of gastric juice found in the stomach. Components of gastric juice found in the stomach. Components of gastric juice found in the stomach. In case you know these components of gastric juice found in the stomach, you can raise your hand and then we share. They are the ones that make up the gastric juice. Gastric juice. Anyone with an alternative? Components of gastric juice. We have three components of gastric juice. 3 of them, and we have 3 of them. One of them is
Hello, Teacher Ben.
you can see it here. One of them is
Teacher Ben, can you hear me? Yes, Teacher Ben, you can share screen again.
okay. Okay, it is here. So I was talking about the components of gastric juice found in the stomach. So, and the first component that we mentioned is hydrochloric acid. So we also said that there are also other 2 components, which are enzymes that are produced by the stomach. So which enzymes are these? We have so far given one component of hydrochloric acid, a component of gastric juice. So the other one is the hydrochloric acid. So we are still remaining with the 2 components of gastric juice. Which ones are these? And I did say that these ones are the enzymes that are produced by the stomach. These are enzymes produced by the stomach, of course, with the help of the gastric juice. Okay, without wasting time, I want to bring in these ones. We have
Is it that my hand can't be seen?
I see Daniel.
Yes,
Daniel's hand is up. Please speak to us.
I thought my hand couldn't be seen. So the two enzymes I can say that are contained in the gastric juice, that is the renin enzyme and the pepsin enzyme, and both of them work upon proteins. Hello.
We can hear you. Can hear you.
Oh, you have heard me. Good to hear. So, Teacher Benny, that's what I can say.
He has left. Now he has joined.
Sorry.
Is now joining.
Network.
He has now joined.
Hmm?
He has now joined.
Okay, Daniel, can you speak to us? Meanwhile, I'm connecting my laptop.
Okay, I was saying, I can say the two enzymes, that is the renin enzyme and the pepsin enzyme.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Those are the two enzymes that are produced in the stomach and with the help of the gastric juice, as simple as that. So that is that. My laptop is quite down. I don't know, internet is really very, very bad today, but still I'm going to just reconnect and we continue. But the next question says enzymes found in the stomach, giving functions, identify two enzymes found in the stomach. Identify two enzymes found in the stomach. Of course, we have already identified the enzymes, that is renin and then pepsin. So what is the function of renin to begin with? What's the function of renin? What's the function of renin? Yes, Daniel. Yes, Daniel. I see your hand up.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't unmuted. I can say renin works upon proteins in milk.
Proteins
in
progress.
Okay.
Then I can also say, sir.
Yes, you can continue.
The pepsin enzyme also works upon proteins from other sources.
Works upon proteins. Can you repeat that?
The renin enzyme works upon proteins in milk. Then pepsin enzyme works upon proteins from other sources, but not milk. For example, beans, meat, and what have you.
Okay. I request the host to allow me share my screen. Okay. So thank you so much, Daniel, for your submission. To me, it is true that renin acts on milk, but I would like you to say, or whoever is listening, to say that renin clots milk proteins in babies' stomachs. It is always in babies' stomachs. It clots milk in babies' stomachs. Then, for the case of pepsin, its responsibility is to change proteins to peptides. That is to say, you can simply say that the work of pepsin is to digest proteins. If you say like that, you can still be marked very, very correct. You can say to digest proteins. If you cannot say to digest proteins, you can say pepsin changes proteins to peptides. As simple as that. Then for the case of renin is common in babies' stomachs, and its work is just to clot milk proteins, in babies' stomachs, to clot milk proteins in babies' stomachs, to be specific. Then this other pepsin deals with proteins, whether animal proteins or plant proteins. As simple as that. General. This other one deals with general proteins, all of them like that. So that is about the functions of those enzymes produced in the stomach. So that is that. So we also have the next question that says, state any two functions of the hydrochloric acid found in the stomach. What are the functions of hydrochloric acid found in the stomach? Functions of hydrochloric acid found in the stomach. Functions of hydrochloric acid found in the stomach. We need at least two functions. Yes, Shemaiah. Yes, Shemaiah.
Food.
Come again.
To kill germs that escape with food.
To kill germs that escape with food, correct? The answer is correct, to kill germs that escape with food to the stomach. That's one function of hydrochloric acid. Because of time, you can also say to provide acidic pH or acidic conditions for pepsin to digest proteins, to provide acidic conditions. We say that enzyme in the stomach work under acidic conditions when the pH is less than 7. But when the pH is more than 7, then that one is that is the potential of hydrogen. But is of course very common in secondary. You will be taught that in your secondary school. So the pH. So this hydrochloric acid also provides acidic pH for pepsin to digest proteins. As simple as that. So let's move on to the next question. This one, unfortunately, it has just come also with everything that we know. So when you look at all these food substances, when you look at all the food substances that do not need any digestion, they don't need any digestion. Then there are those ones that need digestion. There are those ones that need digestion. So this question says, name any two substances that are absorbed by the stomach without any digestion. They don't need any digestion, but they are absorbed, and they are absorbed in the stomach. So these are the ones. It's good that the laptop has gone off. If you know these substances, please raise your hand and then we give. These substances do not need any digestion. They don't need any digestion because they are already in soluble particles. They're already in smaller particles that they can be absorbed without any digestion. So anyone with an answer, if you have an answer, you can give us. Yes, Lucky.
Alcohol.
We have alcohol. Alcohol is absorbed directly in the stomach. As simple as that. Another one? Any other person with another one? We have David.
Let me try. Cigarette.
Cigarette, no. Cigarettes is not absorbed directly in the stomach. Cigarettes does not even go to the stomach. Cigarettes or the smoke goes to the lungs. Let's hear from Segunya Godfrey.
Yeah, you see.
There. So now to
Refugees.
Godfrey.
Refugees.
Segunya said that that is according to Segunya. That is not correct. Not correct. We need these food substances that do not need any digestion. One, Lucky told us that alcohol, which is very true. Alcohol does not need any digestion and it can be absorbed directly into the stomach. So we also have medicines. Medicines do not need any digestion. They are absorbed directly into the bloodstream through the stomach. And then we also have, please, Godfrey, you may unmute or mute your microphone. Then the other one, we also have common sugars. Let me share my screen so that everyone can see this. The other one, we have the common sugars, then common salts, vitamins, and also mineral salts. All those ones can be absorbed directly into the stomach. That's why you've never seen any enzyme that digests alcohol. You've never seen any enzyme that is responsible for digesting medicine. No enzyme is responsible for digesting vitamins. Why? Because vitamins are already in small particles, or they are already in soluble particles. So they do not need any digestion. They don't need any digestion. So let's move on to the next question. That is, identify the part of the digestive system that stores the bile. Part of the digestive system that stores the bile. Identify the part of, would you like to give us the system stores the bile? Anyone with an alternative or an answer? Which part of the digestive system stores the bile? Which part of the digestive system stores the bile? Yes, Dan.
The liver.
Now, the liver does not store bile. Any other person? The part that's stores bile. Okay, let's the answer is supposed to be gallbladder. If they ask you that question, identify the part of the digestive system that store gallbladder. The gallbladder is responsible, but for the case of the liver, this one produces. The liver produces bile, but does not store bile. The liver produces. So you have to be very keen with those questions. If they say identify the part of the digestive system that stores the bile, simply say gallbladder. But if they say identify the part of the digestive system, like you're seeing this one, identify the part of the digestive system that produces the bile, that one you can say it is the liver. The work of the liver is to produce the bile, and then it will send that bile to the gallbladder for the gallbladder to store. So you have to be very keen. These two questions can confuse you, and later you'll end up losing your mark. As simple as that. So let's move on to the next question. Identify the type the juice produced by the pancreas. Identify the juice produced by the pancreas. Which juice is this? Yes, I'm seeing two people. Let me hear from Godfrey. Sebunya. Yes, Sebunya? I see your hand up. Or we can first hear from Dan. Dan, which juice is produced by the pancreas?
Pancreatic juice.
That's good. The word is pancreatic juice. As simple as that. So we can look at another one. State 3 enzymes contained by the pancreatic juice. Which enzymes are contained by the pancreatic juice? Sometimes the question comes asking you to mention the enzymes that are produced by the pancreatic juice. Sometimes the question says, state the components of the pancreatic juice. It is the same question requiring the same answers. State 3 enzymes contained by the pancreatic juice. So if you know these enzymes that are contained by the pancreatic juice, please share with us. I see Sebunya's hand is up, but I don't know if it's yes, Sebunya. Can you tell us one enzyme contained by the pancreatic juice? I see your hand up by the pancreatic juice. Any other person? The rest of the people, feel free to raise your hand in case you want to say something or you want to ask a question. Feel free. Okay, it seems there is no one. I request Dan to mute the microphone because he's quite speaking. Okay, so we have 3 enzymes that are contained by the pancreatic juice. Just as I said that they can say contained by the pancreatic juice, or sometimes they can say mention the components of the pancreatic juice. Sometimes they can say name the enzymes produced by the pancreatic juice. So I saw Daniel's hand up, but he has put it down. I don't know if he wanted to share with us what he knows about these enzymes that are produced by the pancreatic juice.
Yes, thank you, Ben. Unfortunately, I raised the hand down. What I can say, specifically, there are three that, like the way I've said, we have got the pancreatic amylase, or what somebody can call pancreatic amylase. We also have the trypsin, as well as the lipase enzyme.
Very good. Those are the three enzymes that are produced by the pancreatic juice. So we have, just as you said, we have lipase, we have amylase, and then we also have trypsin. So later we shall get to understand what each of them does. Maybe before we move to the next question, what is the use of lipase? What's the use of lipase? Lipase acts on fats. Its work is to act on fats, basically in the duodenum. We also have amylase, that one acts on starch, and then trypsin deals with proteins, as simple as that. So those are the three enzymes that are contained in the pancreatic juice, as simple as that. So we have the next question that says, where does digestion of fats begin? Where does digestion of fats begin? Where does it begin from? Where does digestion of fats begin? Where does it begin from? Someone using Technopower, if you can rename to your name so that I can ask you to say something. Where does digestion of fats begin? Where does digestion of fats begin? I see Sebunya's hand up. I don't know if he has just failed to lower it down or he wants to say something. And I'm seeing he's speaking, but no sound coming out. So digestion of fats begins from the duodenum. Begins in the duodenum. Let's look at the next question, which is can you mute your microphone? That's good. The next question was, how long is the small intestine? We even don't need this ileum here, just small intestine, because the small intestine contains three parts. That is the duodenum, the jejunum, and then the ileum itself. So how long is the small intestine? How long is the small intestine? That's our question. At first, we said we looked at how long the digestive system of man is, and we said it is just 9 meters long, or 30 feet. And now we are looking at the small intestine. How long is it? How long is the small intestine? How long is the small intestine? Okay. For this one, maybe because of time, we can say the small intestine is 6.7 meters long. 6.7 meters long. Some people like rounding, can say 7 meters long, but the actual units are, it is 6.7 meters long. So that is the length of the small intestine. So that when we are speaking, when we are telling Learners, when the teacher is telling you that the intestine, the small intestine is long or the ileum is long, you must be knowing the numbers that by what length. And the length is 6.7 meters long. So that is the length of the small intestine. So let's look at the next question. This one has also come with everything, but maybe before that, I would like to hear from members what they know. What are the adaptations? Question 27 says, state any two adaptations of the ileum to its function. State any two. So in case you know the answers. You can share it. Raising your hand, the question says, state any two adaptations of the ileum to its function. Adaptations of the ileum to its function. We know the function of the ileum is to absorb food. So how is it able to absorb food? How is the ileum able to absorb food? Okay, maybe without wasting time, I want Jennifer to read first this. The question says, state any two adaptations of the ileum to its function. I want Jennifer to give us, those are the points. Those are the different ways how the ileum is adapted to its functions. So if you can take us through those different adaptations. Of course, when the question is talking about adaptations, it means that you have to look at the features that are contained in that particular thing that your organism that you're talking about, the features, that thing, to do this, to do whatever is mentioned. Like for this case, it is absorption of food. So what enables the ileum? What does it have that helps it to do its work? So that is basically what adaptations are, or what it is about. So what are the adaptations? So I request Jennifer, if she is around, if she can speak, she can tell us. Yeah. We also have Jackson. I also want to hear from Atim. I heard from Ben. I wish to hear from Ruth, and then the rest who have not yet spoken. Okay. For purposes of time, I request Daniel to take us through those different adaptations of the ileum to its functions. Yes, Daniel, if you can take us through.
Yes, thank you so much, Ben. The question states, state any two adaptations of the ileum to its function. Number one, we say it has the villi that increase the surface area of absorption of digested food. The villi, we take them to be, not even taking them to be, but in actual sense, the villi are finger-like projections which are found inside the ileum. So those finger-like projections are known as the villi that increase the surface area for absorption of food. Then the other one is, it is long and coiled, increasing the surface area for food absorption. Of course, just like you had the length of the area, yes, of the small intestine, we take it that also the ileum is that bit long. So it is long and coiled, increasing the surface area or food absorption. The third one is it has a network of blood capillaries, which is absorption of food. Around the ileum, there are some blood capillaries, which of course pick up the digested food to take it to other parts of the body. It has thin walls for easy diffusion of digested food. Diffusion, of course, will mean the movement of molecules from the region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. So those thin walls allow is a movement of those food molecules from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for that wonderful cover. Thank you so much, Daniel, for that wonderful presentation. I liked it because of the clarity in explanation. That is exactly what we need. So that is it. So let's look at the other question. We are left with a few questions, and then we can call it a day for today. Then probably others we shall have later. So we have the other question that says, state the end product of the following classes of food below. The end product of proteins. What is the end product of proteins? Unfortunately, this one has come straight away. The end product of proteins is amino acid or amino acids. The other one is carbohydrates. What is the end product for carbohydrates? In case anyone knows, you would share with us. Anyone end product of carbohydrates, they can ask you to identify the end product for carbohydrates. Yes, Dan?
Maltose.
Maltose, that's according to Dan. But I would wish you to say directly glucose, common. But if you also say maltose, it is correct, because when you digest starch, of course, amylase or salivary amylase changes it, changes starch into maltose or glucose. Then the other one is fats and oils. What is the end product for fats and oils? What's the end product for fats and oils? Anyone with an answer? Yes, Dan?
Fatty acids.
This one is fatty acids or glycerol. As simple as that. Fatty acids or glycerol. So we also have the other question that says, given two ways roughages are important in the body. Ways roughages are important in the body. If you know how important roughages are, you can give us. I need only two ways. Ways how roughages are important.
I think roughages prevent constipation.
Good. That's one. Roughages prevent constipation. Roughages prevent constipation. And another one. Any other person? You can also say roughages stimulate peristalsis. Without the roughages, then swallowing will be very difficult. So roughages stimulate peristalsis. It is always very common that we give this first answer, that roughages prevent constipation. Teachers like giving that one and they move away. But what if they say apart from prevention of constipation? How else are roughages important? You have to be able to say that they stimulate peristalsis. They stimulate swallowing. Though, of course, also there are also other components that help in swallowing, like saliva. But also, roughages also stimulate or help in peristalsis. Let's look at the disorders of the digestive system. Disorders of the digestive system. These ones are quite many. We can mention, everyone can mention one. Disorders of the digestive system. Dan, can you give one?
Constipation.
We have constipation, that is from Jackson. Any other person?
Jackson in for indigestion.
Said constipation, which is correct. Constipation. We also have indigestion, intestinal obstruction, vomiting. Yeah, that's true.
What about choking?
So those are the different disorders of the digestive system, as simple as that.
What about choking? Hello.
Yes, please.
What about choking?
Choking is also one. Choking is also one of the disorders of the digestive system. It is correct. One say choking.
And diarrhea.
So that is that. So those are. Come again.
What about diarrhea?
Diarrhea is not. Diarrhea is a disease. Diarrhea is a disease. So we have the next question here. State any two causes of constipation in our diet or in our bodies. Causes of constipation in our bodies. We have these causes. I want someone to read first, faster. If a team could read first this. Yes, a team. We have a team. Shemai has not connected the microphone. We have Shadrach. Okay. Let me have someone to read first this. Anyone who would like to read first the causes of constipation? You can read first the causes of constipation. Okay.
May I?
Daniel?
Okay, thank you so
can.
much.
Go ahead.
The question states, set any two causes of constipation in our bodies. The first one, lack of refuges in one's diet. The other one is having irregular meals, drinking too little water, and lack of exercise to the body. I don't know whether Teacher Ben wanted me to throw more light there or I can stop there.
Because of maybe time, we just intend, because I know most people might be in need of going for lunch, but you can use just 1 minute and summarize everything.
Okay, thank you so much. Lack of refuges in the one's diet. We know very well that refuges are fibrous foods. Of course, these ones always add bulk to the food that we always eat, so it becomes easier for one. Just like you see somebody eating fine cereals like the so-called chapatis and what have you, mixed up with some beans, which beans contain some fiber sort of, so it becomes easier for one to prevent indigestion. I mean constipation in that manner. Having irregular meals. What are irregular meals? Irregular meals is somebody having meals oftenly every after time. The system has not gotten used to, let me say, morning, evening, morning, afternoon, and evening. Somebody may eat in the morning, mid-morning, afternoon, mid-afternoon, evening, late in the evening. Those are irregular meals, unless when the body has gotten used to it. Drinking too little water can also lead to constipation, meaning that somebody has to drink plenty of water. And of course, when you drink water, after eating food, 30 minutes elapsing after eating food, or before eating food, 30 minutes before eating food, it can work. Then also when somebody does some physical exercises, this food can easily be digested, and of course it can easily go down to the gut. I mean, go down to the rectum with a lot of ease, just because the body is stretching a little. So that's what I can say about that. Thank you so much, Ben.
Okay, thank you so much, Daniel, for that elaboration. Let's look at the diseases of the digestive system briefly. Briefly, whoever knows one, you can, if you know even more than one. Yes, Dan?
Diarrhea.
We have diarrhea, correct? Any other person?
Appendicitis.
Come again?
Appendicitis.
We have appendicitis. Appendicitis is correct. Another one? Please, can you unmute? Not unmute, but mute your microphone. Okay. We have alpha. Tell us one disease of the digestive system.
We can talk about the peptic ulcers.
Peptic ulcers is correct, but at least you need to raise the hand so that we can be able to pick you up. Peptic ulcers is also correct. Peptic ulcers, and the other ones include cholera, typhoid, and together with what you have said already. So those are a few diseases of the digestive system. So we have appendicitis, peptic ulcers, cholera, typhoid, and then we also have diarrhea there. So the other question says, given a two-way through which food is made dirty. Two ways food is made dirty. I see two hands up. Give this food is made dirty. Starting with Alpha. Yes, Alpha.
Through cooking outside.
Yeah, outside. Maybe I don't get it very well. Cooking from out. You may be cooking from the veranda, and that is also outside. But maybe this is. Thank you for your trial. Another person, I see Jackson. Yes, Jackson.
Just later to go back to the previous question. They talk about heartburn. Is it a disease of the digestive system?
Come again.
They talk about heartburn. Is it a disease of the digestive system?
No, it is not a disease. It is not a disease of the digestive system. We would call it a disorder, not a digestive system. Yeah, so that is it. Anyone with another answer? Ways through which food is made dirty. These ones are very many, and they are very common in our places. You can say handling food with dirty hands, eating food uncovered, when houseflies land on the food. Of course, the word housefly should be, how I typed it here is best. It should be one word. You type it like that, write it like that, it can be wrong. Best house and will mean the same thing. and act wrong straight away. So preparing food in dirty containers is also one way food is made dirty, and so on. Then the other question is suggested 2 ways of keeping the digestive system in a good working condition. I think this should be the last question. Time has really gone. Available anytime. Let's look at this question and then we end here. As I know Ben is going to elaborate that. So let me pick these 2 people to give us the ways of keeping the digestive system in a good working condition. Let me start with Joshua, and then Jackson comes in.
Thank you, let me come in.
Yes, I was asking you the ways of keeping the digestive system in a good working condition, and I'd given to tell us one, and then Jackson also shares with us. Then probably we can call it a day for today. So, Joshua, can you tell us one way of keeping the digestive system in a good working condition? I see some people have raised their hands. Yes, Dan. Yes, Dan.
Avoid overeating.
Come again.
Avoid overeating.
Avoid overeating. Yeah, you don't need to eat what the stomach may not manage. Alpha. Alpha is not speaking. I think those are some of the ways we have. You can have regular physical exercises. Avoid eating stale or rotten food. You can also say feeding on a balanced diet. You can also say avoid drinking too much alcohol because it can affect your stomach. And then we also have avoid talking while eating. Avoid talking while eating. But with this question that says ways of keeping the digestive system, we have 2 answers that appear almost everywhere. Whenever they ask you to give the ways of maintaining any body system. One way of maintaining any body system is by feeding on a balanced diet. Any body system, you need to feed on a balanced diet. And then the rest also, yeah. Then the other one is having regular exercise. Every body system needs you to have regular physical exercise. So those 2 answers appear anywhere. They appear anywhere. So that is it for now. Because of time, I want to end here and say thank you so much for attending this seminar, though it was really disturbed by a lot of internet issues. But those are some things that we cannot control them. They just happen automatically, just like that. There is no way you can, there's nothing to do. I've been trying just change here and there like that, but it's just that. So thank you so much for attending. I want to wish you a good day. But before we leave, I would like to hear from our host, that is Bernard. He would like to share with us something. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Ben, for leading us into today's discussion. As you said, some of the things we have no control over them, but thank God, discussion has finally come to an end. So today we had science upper primary with Teacher Ben, and we have more upcoming seminars. If you can see the list there, so ensure to always register for these seminars and attend time. We shall be dealing with physics in the next seminar. Others, there is chemistry, studies. So let's keep updated and enjoy these seminars. They are free of charge, brought to you by Yapa Digital Network. So invite a friend, In case there are questions, I'm here to respond to them, and we close. Thank you.